Okay, we're back.
Hello. Good to be back.
Yes, I got my pumpkin spice
So is
tea.
this your lunch or what's
Yeah, my midday snack.
So
Yeah.
give us the update on what you're eating lately.
Oh, well, I am doing the bone broth fast. So I started, my last meal was how many days ago? 3.5, almost 4 days ago. So how many hours is that? Anyways, almost 72. And I've been drinking, I drink 2 liters of water at least per day, plus at least 1.5 liters of bone broth, which surprisingly, I've done water fasts before, and the bone broth is a much more satisfying, it's not a meal, but it feels like a meal, just because it actually has some flavor and taste. So, but I was saying yesterday that I really didn't feel that much different than just like a normal day. In fact, in a lot of ways I feel better because just eating junk just bogs me down. So obviously couldn't sustain this forever, but yeah.
So then
Going
I
strong.
take it you didn't eat any Halloween candy.
I had 0 Halloween candy.
Okay.
Yeah, 0 sugar. I've had I've just had 0.
Okay.
Liquid only.
And so we're still working towards this major goal that you have.
Yeah, visible abs, but that's not going to happen by the date because even by doing this fast, which the amount, it's not that I have a ton of fat, but to get down to the body fat percentage that it's going to take, I think it's just going to take longer. I screwed around for too much time this year, not focused, not dialed in. I thought that by doing like 2 workouts a day and eating what I thought was clean, which was clean, but I just, the fat, there's some stubborn midsection fat that just will not disappear.
Do you think the stubbornness is the fat in your stomach, or is that maybe mental as well?
Well, I don't know. I'm eating at a definite calorie deficit. And so everywhere else is pretty lean. To be honest, I can see my abs, but I'm not there yet where I want to be. So, especially because I'm going away this weekend. And so I'm just 5 days on this fast and then I'm out of here and I won't be on the fast while I'm away.
Oh, so then while you're away, are you going to eat whatever you want? Or
Oh, no.
How are you going to?
No. High protein. Lots of steak.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's not going to be a free-for-all. Because that would be like regressing back towards the old days.
Right. So you're going to eat, but very specific things.
Yeah, at least, yes. That's
Meat.
what I'm saying
Lots
right
of meat.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
To
Eggs and
be
meat.
determined.
Maybe some dessert.
So where are you going?
Yeah, going to Texas, San Antonio. Go down to see Lexi. She's got 2 ball games this weekend. So that's going to be exciting.
Great.
Weather will be nice, sunny. It's about 25 degrees down there. It's actually cooling off. It's been over 30. It's going to be 25 per the forecast. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be a great escape. So do you
Yeah.
feel like you're having a hustle week this week preparing?
Always before I go away, there's lots of stuff going on all the time, but it always seems to be a little extra. But yeah, it's good. The one thing definitely about going away is you get lots of things wrapped up, which is nice. So it puts a little bit of extra pressure to just wind up some things that maybe were lingering. But yeah, I'm gone for 3 days, so it's not super long.
So do you put on like an out of office, or how do you handle clients while you're away?
For quick trips, for the most part, clients don't even know that I'm not here because everything I can do, I take laptop with me, but literally I can do everything on my phone that I need to. I can access all the contracts. We've got all our showings for the most part are all automated to set up, and clients confirm showings, so it don't need to be that. It's only if an offer comes in. If somebody wanted to, have a listing appointment or list their home for sale, then I'd schedule that for when I get back. I obviously wouldn't deal with that, but it's not that difficult to carry on even while I'm not here, at least especially on the listing side. Obviously, if there's a buyer that wants to look at property, I'm not physically going to be here, so I wouldn't be able to do that. But for the most part, I handle everything while I'm away, and yeah, it all works out.
And if there's something urgent, like a buyer needs to see property, then you get someone else to support.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a few different people that I can lean on when needed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so are you checking your emails often or like just like normal?
Regularly, when an email comes in, I get notified. It goes off on my phone,
Okay.
my watch.
So then is there any
shut it off.
downtime or is it business as usual, just different location?
Yeah, it's pretty much business as usual, but in a different location. Now, I've tried, and this is one of the challenges, because with trying to do more business, and it's this whole thing of, well, you need to disconnect and that, but I don't want to lose the momentum. And I find, for me personally, if I wasn't trying to grow, then maybe I could shut it off, but it's hard personally to shut it off and turn everything over to one person. And so I just don't, whether that's right or wrong, whatever.
Right.
That's what I do.
Do you still feel like it's a vacation? Like, do you still get some sort of rejuvenation from it? Like, does it still have that effect?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really, to me, like, going away is not for rejuvenation or like, and I've mentioned this before, I like to just go and lay on the beach and be, just veg out. That's not, or to go drink. Like, I really don't drink. So it's not like I'm not looking for an outlet to like escape from what I'm doing. But I enjoy going, being around different scenery. Yeah. Checking that out. So yes, I mean, there will be obviously less, I'll be out of a routine, or obviously I'll be doing different things for sure. And while if I'm somewhere, I don't like, I can shut my phone off for 2 or 3 hours. There's no problem with that. So I'm not, but yeah, so there is some downtime, but I'm not going away for the purpose of getting away.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Do you feel like you're inspired when you travel? Like, does it give you kind of like a boost, like a motivation to get back at it?
Yeah, I mean, yes. Like, for sure. It's good to go away and then come back, because it gives an appreciation of what we have and sort of what's going on. Yeah. So, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you find when you come back, is that challenging, or because you're keeping things going, you're just right back at it?
Yeah, I mean, the hard thing is coming back, and there's usually a buildup of stuff that needs to get dealt with right away on return. So that's a bit annoying, because I like dealing with things as they come up rather than, so other than that, no, it's just get right back into it. I find that going away for less than a week, like 3-4 days is the sweet spot, because you can go and really not lose momentum. Longer, like a week, after a week, like people will wait if you're away for 2, 3, 4 days. But if you're gone for more than a week, at least in the real estate business, they're going to call somebody else. So it's really easy to lose momentum. And there's certain times of the year where it makes more sense. It's easier to get away than others. But I'm trying to keep my business going all year round. So there isn't really as much of a dead zone as far as the business goes.
So when you travel this weekend, are we going to get to see some content? Do you plan that out, or do you do it on the fly?
I don't know. Like, I usually forget. So I usually forget to post stuff while I'm traveling, just because, but maybe this time I will post some stuff. I'm always like, yeah, on that side, maybe that's where I'm just chill out and not posting. But I suppose that's probably a more interesting things for people to see than it is the daily stuff that I post here. So yes, I'll find some interesting things to maybe talk about and post. What do you think? Should I be doing that?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting, especially new scenery, doing different things. You'll be watching Lexi play ball.
Yeah.
There'll be lots of interesting things to capture and talk about. So.
Yes.
Not like a 24-hour reel or anything, but, little snippets here and there that are interesting.
Okay.
We can remind you in case, if we haven't seen anything for 6 hours. We'll be
Yes.
like,
all right.
let us know what you're up to.
Okay.
Yeah.
On it.
Great. So it sounds like you've got things under control for the weekend then.
I hope so. We'll find out. Time will tell. If something comes up, we'll just deal with it. Yeah, I'm not worried.
Okay. And do you have a Walper wisdom for us this week?
I do. So I've been thinking about this. I was talking about this earlier with another agent, And especially with recent interest rates coming down and people being optimistic about, oh, rates come down, prices go up and whatnot, which in a long-term sense, yes, they do. But I think that we're in this cycle where we're still going to have some hard times. And so it reminded me of that saying that is, and it's related to men, but whatever, where good times create weak men create tough times create strong men, and the cycle continues. I feel like we are still in the hard times create strong men, and that mentality that I honestly think that economically and financially that things as a whole in our country, that we're still in a contraction, and that there's more hard times to come, and we're kind of in the middle of it. We're not out of it. So my Walper wisdom is that embrace the hard times, face the challenges, because there is that sunshine and rainbows on the other side, because we'll all have the experience of dealing with strong stuff, but we're still in the middle of that. That's my opinion. I don't know if that's wisdom or not, but anyways.
So it sounds like good times are coming, but it's going to take some time.
They always do, because we forget about, anyways, and then we forget about the hard times when we're in good times, and then hard times come again. So it's just a cycle, and it has to do with markets, economies, but mostly to do with human psychology. And it's just like doing what's easy. So most people choose that path, right? Take the easy road.
So do you think then realtors, with the career that you're choosing and the work that you do, in and of itself, are you choosing more of like a harder path? Is it making you stronger?
Well, the path that I'm choosing to do the hard things daily.
Yeah.
At least that's what I'm working towards. So yes, yes, which is not the case for everybody, which is why it's such a hard business for people to succeed at, because from the outside it looks one way, and from the inside it's completely different. Yes, the type of work that we do, the things that we do on a daily basis is very different than what somebody, if you ask someone from the outside, oh, what do realtors do every day? Their answer and the reality is two different things, very opposite.
So if you're really fully fulfilling the role, it's tough. If you're doing the work.
Well, in anything, and not just being a realtor, it's like anything. If you want to be athletic, then you got to do the work. Like you can't just take a pill. If you want to be successful in anything, whether it be sports or business or even with health, it's hard not to eat for 4 or 5 days, right? And especially when you have people who are telling you that you're crazy and that you're going to die, and so that doesn't help. But there's a good support system that I have that helps me keep going. But yeah, do hard things. And for me, I'm more interested in doing the things that very few people are able to do, like kind of that 1% and the real 1%. So as far as my production as a real estate agent within Royal LePage, that's my goal, is to get in that top 1%. And then same thing with having visible abs or having that low body fat percentage. There's fewer than 1% of people in the world that are able to achieve that. So that's more for me to do that. And it's it gives a different perspective, because when you do hard things, the things that used to be hard are not, they're now the easy things, right? So the harder the accomplishment once achieved sets a new standard. So, and over the last year and a half, definitely have noticed huge difference with that, just in perspective, and the looking at things oh, well, no, if I did this, I can surely do that. You know what I mean? So it's anyway, but the bitch voice still comes out and tries to talk me out of it quite regularly.
And
but that's a constant battle.
For our viewers, just to clarify, you said, you mentioned about not going to die. Maybe elaborate a little bit what you meant there.
Well, some people think that if you don't eat for a day that you will die. Literally, that is not true. You could go longer than 1 day. Many people have not gone a day without eating, but I have. And so, yeah, I'm still alive, and my cognitive abilities are still intact. Actually, in some cases, maybe even better. I'm probably sharper. I find when going on like these fasts and that, there is a point where it's very challenging the first couple days, but after that you get a sense of clarity, and it's very easy to make decisions and to move forward and to do hard things and to not second guess. I find if I'm eating junk, like especially a higher sugar or high calorie, lots of carbs, that you get this brain fog, and it's just, you kind of get locked in the middle. So I know if I want to get shit done and I am on a fasting routine, or like I'm doing something like 75 hard, you just do it. And when I'm not, when it's like being lazy and laying around and eating junk, then the procrastination that happens during that is just like, it's night and day. It is. And like I've had probably like October, I haven't looked through the whole numbers, but it was probably my busiest month all year. And I would attribute a big part of that, because I was doing 75 hard. I started in September, and I fell off the track of that, but that is what gets it going. And so definitely, if you're doing hard things in one area, it makes it easier to do hard things in all areas versus avoiding the hard things, which makes things suck.
Well, that's a good high note to perhaps end today's session on.
I also find I'm more blunt when I'm on the fasting, so anyways, less filter. Less filter.
Oh, and just one final note for our team here. You did say, October was your best month.
Yeah.
And
well,
of course, that attributes to you and perhaps 75 hard, and maybe your team too.
Oh, well, yes, everybody's working harder. What are you trying to do these trick questions? I was out yesterday and with some first-time buyers that I hadn't met before, and he was, the guy was like, oh yeah, I watch all your stuff. He's like, thank you, it was so informative, and that's why they're moving towards buying a house. So that's good. I don't know what kind of answer you want. Yes, you guys do amazing work. And actually, you're the glue behind the scenes that holds everything together. So I'm not going to take credit for everything, but at the same time,
you're at the forefront. You're leading the.
I write the contracts. So
right.
Yes.
Yeah. Without those, none of us are here.
Zero money without those. So.
Yeah.
Correct.
Great. Well.
That's
it
That's
for today.
all your questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good questions.
Great.
All right.
Have a
Hey,
good
thanks
day.
again for watching.